Hello again, Applied English. Mr. Hantak is back with part 2 of our first lesson on our first day of school of Applied English right here. This lesson type is what we would call a screencast. So that first lesson video you guys watched was me in front of my whiteboard. Again, I'll occasionally need to use my whiteboard to teach for these first couple of weeks to a month of school while we're virtual. But most of our lessons are going to be these screencasts where you can see me. I think I'm up in this corner somewhere on my webcam. But you can also see what's going on my screen, so I can actually teach content that way too. I am inside of our day 1 folder. Before we look into the introduction, or the directions for the assignment that I want you guys to do starting today, I do want to run through, just real briefly, how these lessons work, just in case you missed something so far. So I'm hoping you've done your do first activity already. Every day is going to start with that do first activity, which is a good way for me to track attendance. So please make sure you do those first every day that you see them in Schoology. Lesson agenda from there, I'm just going to walk through it real briefly. You can follow along if you like, but otherwise I just want you to be able to kind of understand how this works. On the lesson agenda, it starts off with our objectives, so hopefully already you can identify the 5 English skills: thinking, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And then the next part is that you guys can speak clearly in video. We'll talk about that in just a moment because that's the focus of this specific part of the lesson. And then from there it just goes in order of activities, right? So every lesson, I want to try to make sure we do something that shares Jesus, shapes lives, and develops leaders, because that's the mission of Milwaukee Lutheran High School. It's a statement that you see on the website. So far, we've done that first activity. You've watched the 5 English skills video, and then hopefully you've read through our course syllabus. I'm going to talk through the syllabus a little more in depth in our next lesson, so all you really have to do for now is read it. It's okay if you have lots of questions, because hopefully I cover those in our next video. In our next lesson, I should say. And what you're working on right now is this video. Please watch through the video and read the directions for introduction assignment. This week, I'm giving you a little bit of a longer deadline on this one. I want you to create your own introduction video so I can get to see your faces finally as well. I'll teach you a couple of methods that allow you to do that in this lesson. And then at the bottom, I'm always going to give you just a little snapshot of the next lesson. So in our next lesson, we'll start with a little mini quiz based on the syllabus. Those questions will be very simple. So I just want to check to see that you've actually read through the syllabus. But then I'll walk through a slower explanation of what we see in that syllabus as well. And then we'll do an assignment on how to message teachers. So I'll teach you a little bit about writing, about how to contact online, and we'll get some practice with that in our next lesson as well. Let's go back. By the way, anything green in Schoology is clickable, so notice that I was able to click on the green text for day 1 folder, and it brought me back. Let's take a look. So far, you've read through your lesson agenda. Hopefully you've watched our 5 English skills video. I wanted to give you a little introduction of what English courses at Milwaukee Lutheran are all about. It's about building those communication skills that'll help you be successful in the future. Then hopefully you've read your syllabus already. Again, just a read through is all we're looking for now. We'll look at it more in depth in our next lesson. Right now, we're on the new student intro video. So you're watching my video somewhere right here. I'm actually making it at the moment. So when it says please watch this video, you actually have a video after that direction. But let's walk through some of the directions and talk about why it's important to practice speech. It says this for directions: welcome to Milwaukee Lutheran. Since you are new to us, your teachers would love to see your face and get to know you better. That's really what this assignment is about. Yes, it's about practicing speech, but more than anything right now, I just want to see my freshman students' faces. I want to be able to know your names, match a face to a name, and get to know a little bit about who you are as well. It's kind of tough to do that virtually, so this is a way that we'll start. In a short, and I mean short, 1 to 2 minutes, try to keep it below 2 minutes, short video, please tell the following information about yourself so I can get to know who you are. First of all, your name. Make sure that you pronounce your name clearly for me, but also include any nicknames you go by. So if your name, I'm going to use one of my students from last year. If your name is Janijah, but you like to go by JJ, let me know that, because that just helps me to personalize it a bit. I'd like to know what grade school you came from. Show a little bit of pride in that, hopefully. What activities at Milwaukee Lutheran you're interested in. These could be sports, they could be clubs. If you're an actor or an actress, or if you like to work backstage, the drama program is wonderful. Maybe you're interested in dance, maybe you're interested in video game club. What sort of activities that MLHS does on a regular basis are you interested in, or are you interested in trying out over this year? Along with that, your hobbies and personal interests. I'd like to know what makes you tick. It could be favorite, just favorite artist, favorite music, movies, whatever it might be. What interests you? That helps me to make a connection with you. And then maybe, as another point, if you've got the time, anything else you'd like to share about your family, your siblings, your pets. Maybe you're not from Milwaukee and you're proud of your hometown. I know I'm from St. Louis. It's my favorite city on earth. Anything else that you might want to talk about that you have time for, you're free to say. Just keep it PG. You may film your video in multiple methods, and that's really what the rest of this video is about, is making sure you know how you can do your uploads. I know in the directions and the agenda it said 3 methods. I'm just going to go with 2 options here. You can film your video with a smartphone, webcam, or other video recorder. I know a lot of you will be using your smartphones, which is fine. You just have to make sure that we have a way to save that video and upload it to your computer, or you can upload it to Schoology through your phone. You do have several options for how you can submit your video. One option, and you'll be able to see this, I can't because I'm on teacher view here. It says upload your video directly to this assignment by clicking the blue upload submission button on the right hand side. It's right here on the right hand side. It might say upload file instead of upload submission, but there should be a blue button here that allows you to upload any file type. If you're doing this through the Schoology app, you might have to play with that just a little bit in order to get the right upload, but you should see a way to upload videos from your phone directly here. Or if you're on a computer, you might just have to send that file to yourself, maybe email it to yourself, download it, and then upload it here. If you do this, only I will be able to see your video. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking to make connections with some of your classmates in this class, that might not be the best method, just because that method only allows me to see and respond to your video. Another option is to upload your video to the Intro Videos Media album directly below this assignment. I'll go there in just a moment. Be aware, on media albums in Schoology, your teacher and your classmates will be able to see this. So it's really up to you whether you want that option or not. If you have no problem with your classmates seeing that video, that might be a good idea, because it does allow you guys to get to know each other a little bit too, as you can look into just that basic information about each other's lives. Before I go there, well, I'll go there first, and then we'll look at grading stuff. So I'll click back into day 1. Introduction Videos Album. It's another method you can use to upload your introduction, especially if you filmed it on your smartphone or other camera device. Simply email the video to yourself or download it. I didn't realize that. I can't see that. There you go. Or download it on your computer and then upload it here. You just click the Add Media button and attach files. Again, if you're using the Schoology app, the button might look a little bit different, but it's that same idea. Let's go back to our directions. Just a little bit about grading on this one. You'll probably need to upload this video into several, maybe even all of your freshman courses. So this is an important one to save. So just keep that in mind. You can recycle the same video for any other class asking for this assignment. I know a lot of your freshman teachers will do so. No matter how you film your video, there's a few things I'm looking for as we think about practicing your speaking skills. One thing we're looking for is speaking loudly and clearly. Clearly is more important than loudly. We can work on projection in class for sure, but if you're not speaking clearly on your video, it's going to be hard for me to really know what you're saying. So please prioritize clarity in your speech. Enunciate your words clearly. You also want to make sure, especially if you know you have a deep voice or a quiet voice, that you're projecting your voice as well. Your teachers do want to be able to see you, so please be sure to film in good lighting. Avoid fancy filters. Dress hopefully better than just being in your PJs for me, please. Make it look professional, basically. Make sure we can see you well. For this class, I'm not sure about other classes, but for us, I'm going to be grading you out of 10 points. So 5 points just for following directions. Is it between 1 and 2 minutes? Have you answered the questions? Those kinds of things. Another 5 points for the clarity of your speaking. So are you speaking loudly and clearly that I can tell what you're saying is where the other 5 points are coming from. I do want you to note, Do I have my due date on here? I know today is Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on which class that you're in. I have set a bit of a longer deadline on this one, so this video is not due until Friday at 11:59 p.m. So if you are having issues with this assignment, feel free to message me through Schoology's Messenger, just this little envelope that my cursor's on right now, or you can reach out to me through Microsoft Teams. The way to access that is MLHS Home, Quick Links, log into O365, and then from there you can either contact me through your email, which is Outlook, or you can contact me directly through Teams, which is a purple icon. That's about 10 minutes, so I do not want to burden you any longer on this one. Have some fun making your video. Again, please reach out to me through Schoology or email or Teams if you're having any issues getting this assignment in.